Very solid aimer in his own right, up and aggressive. Snake bite out to delay more time as time is getting very low. Curry swings out wide, but Mocking will go down first. Curry falls as well. Guimon and Corey getting those opening kills. Spike can go down here on the B side. Renz, however, does find a trade onto the Sage. And there is another
interesting plant.
Yeah, I'm liking this combo too between the wall and the high tides. It's looking real good.
Yeah, the high tide, the cove, the plant. Covering, of course, that is impervious to rounds. And the aggressive play over towards a defender spawn is paying off. Riku rotating around, hoping to find something, but won't find any. Is going to get figured out and exploited very quickly by TSM.
Another high tide initiated. In comes a peek, but it's Renz to spray down one. Mocking holds down Mouse 1. Can't find the next kill, but Bior will swing for another. 7 will go 4, but Bior has found 2. Curry's flank finally finds a kill and make it 2. It lasts for 15 seconds.
It's a long time.
That's a very long time. Both for the time it lasts and also for the cooldown.
I would say the time it lasts is what really makes it most important here. Mocking finds the opening, wins the duel versus the duelist. And Curry, a perfectly timed flank. He's been flanking time and time again. Yet to be truly exploited. 7 will revive Corey. Curry, though, on the flank, finds one and dismisses. Gets the heck out of dodge. Guimond trades it out. Again, leaves us at even footing, 4 versus 4. The high tide conceals the crossing. Guimond trying to pressure forward. Ahead of his teammates, is caught out, though. Riku finds a quick trade as the Sentinel. And here we go. The Reckoning is active for the take from TSM. It's a bit of chaos on the site. Riku finds one, though. Corey a trade, and Riku with the Nano Swarm drops Haze. That's the Harbor taken down. And
on the rafters as well. Viper wall to counter this. Bjorn on the outside looking in through the water. Can't see anything just yet, and the spike plant's gonna come through here pretty much for sure. Mocking actually does go forward, stops the spike, but Nature right there for the trade. Bjorn goes in for one, Riku's there for the next. No spike plant yet. More abilities being used by Haze on the Harbor, but they haven't been able to find safe Harbor to plant the spike. There's too many players coming on through. Great haunt usage. Riku and Renz on the left for TSM to use on the side. Take Hunter's Fury, null command available on the ultimate side of things. And there is that Cascade, the null command and Hunter's Fury both activated as the spike goes down in the nick of time. Fight being taken from top of tube. 7 will get the first on to Bjorn, trying to clear around the Sage wall. Another knife goes forward. Guimon will suppress. And there goes the wall. Lockdown activated by Riku, though. In and out of that high tide. Mocking 1 for 1. It's not enough. They're down a man. 7 still holding on. Has the heal available. And the kill onto Renz. Shuts down the lockdown. Riku. 1v2. Tosses out the Nano Swarms. Hops on that spike and get it to half. Time going to be critical. Caught by the shock dart. Nature gets the first round in 4 for Tia. Over on yellow, tosses out another snake bite. Will not span the wall of water as that falls down to the ground. The Red Sea split for only a moment. No, there's a great orb activated by Mocking. Pops, hazed as well. No more Harbor abilities to deal with now. All down to the KO, Sage and Sova. Nature just under. That smoke will pop Mocking in return. But TSM again seem to be stalled out. They get forward, Nate, and then they just either get stuck in mud or the engine decides it wants to spud around and they can't get it restarted.
Yeah. I've been stalled out time and time again. Curry with the Opto offers no reprieve. No pressure forward. He'll catch Guimon. Now it's just 2 remaining. Riku on this flank as well. Incredibly timely. He has been watched for, but I don't think he's being watched for now. Nature and 7 looking to bail themselves out. Find 1 and 2, but Riku on the flank activates at the perfect time. He'll find 1. The res from 7 will come through, but Riku's on the flank and he is still having tremendous impact, whether by distraction, but have a more clear direction if they want to find much success on map number 1.
The Cascade rolls forward, but it finds nothing but failure as there's 2 picks. Make it 3 going the way of No Future Life is over. Curry will add a second one to his tally on the round, leaving it all down to Corey. 1v4.
Defuse, I think that was part of the balancing.
It lasts 15 seconds.
Does it? Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's the HP instead. It is the factor of the balance. And either way, it is a B take proper, rather early, I would say, by TSM standards. Curry and Renz, though, do punish it rather quickly. And Defuse has already been faked. Mocking furthers the advantage. Nature taken down. Corey up top doesn't find anything, and Hayes certainly doesn't either with the Stinger. Just one solitary kill, not much in the way of damage, and
something with the Harbor. But at the same time, they haven't been able to really match up with what No Future Life is Over have to offer. There's Bjor going aggressive, teleports out of the paint shell, stays alive, full HP. Nightfall coming through to counter the push as the high tide goes around to wall off the side. Mocking gets a nice easy backstab onto Hayes, who's watching out towards middle. That's a two-man advantage for No Future Life is Over. Viper wall up as well. The trails from the Haunt too. Prowler going in. Nature does drop the Killjoy. That's one bit of utility gone, but the lockdown is still going to trap them here. They're all going to be trapped.
No, now. Yeah, the Seize was perfect from Rens. It kept those was called upon. Now it's going to be a chaotic and hectic 5 versus 5 retake. Nature coming in from the heavens, drops Riku a solid start. High tide as well, just block off a lot of these post-plant positions, but locking up top 410 and Curry behind on the pipes are still putting up some good resistance. At long last, that flank is dismantled, and 7 with the classic good for 2. Guimon finds the trade on the Mock. So you just have those psychological warfare aspects, not only for the players in the server, but also for the fans in chat. No Future Life is Over, still looking very comfortable on this attacking side. They have another crack at it, or the first real crack at it, I should say, with the rifles in hand. TSM's bonus round, plus it might not exactly be a bonus. Curry, 2 out of nowhere, both caught top of tube, and now Hayes will try to battle back into it. Time is everything. He will tap away one with the Bulldog, but still a rather hefty advantage for No Future Life is Over. Cove dismantled there. Curry finds a third. He is absolutely stomping on the Reyna. He will at long last be unseated, but Mocking up close and personal finds one onto Hayes, and that leaves just Corey. 1 versus 3. He does have the Vandal, sure, but he has now a whole retake setup to dismantle if he wants a shot in this round.
Snake bite on the spike. Corey can't really get around that. Ren's just jiggling around. There's a flank initiated as well. Spotted out by Riku and removed by the very same. To teleport up onto the rafters anyways. Uses is from the shadows, checks the long flank, but that's going to be false information. That's going to be some misinformation there. Does catch off Corey, but are they ready for Hayes? There's no way they're ready for Hayes here. He gets the backstab onto Riku. Now things are chaotic. Guimon goes forward, shut down on the null command. Still alive for now. Ren's dashing away, not aware of the flank coming from behind. Here's the flanks, here's the running, and it's all down to Bjor now. 1v1, a stick from Nature, a hold from Nature, and Bjor around the corner with a Setex clutch. Gets it to map point for No Future Life is
completely empty. Bjor towards middle could cut off rotations in a big way. If he does so successfully, it should be a nice wide open A spike site. 7 though, as I said it, takes down Bjor. And now this is a very touch and go round for No Future Life is Over. They have no clear direction. They're instead letting their players spread out and look for picks, and that might be to their chagrin. Corey drops Curry.
30 seconds
Last 2 now,
left.
forced to go towards A.
Mocking, pushing into defender's spawn. Could get caught from a couple different angles. Has to be very careful now as he tucks into the ramp. Spike goes down. Mocking swings first for the early kill. Now has to worry about 2 different angles. Goes over top, drops down, but he's made noise. Riku still holding on the side proper. Mocking trying to delay time. Riku now has to do it all alone. 1v3 to try and clutch this one out. Has a turret, has some nano swarms, has not used any of it. Sprays the first, goes back for more, but it's 7 with 3 kills on the round to keep TSM alive. It would be a good game, Nate. But we saw this was a potential matchup moving in when we were looking at the bracket earlier today. Definitely worth the wait for sure. Corey. Unknowing has players around it underneath him. Mocking's got the opener. Spike will go down as Curry's dead. Another Riku comes up with a kill towards screens with the sheriff in hand. Nature and Guimon, the last 2 standing, both coming in towards defenders. Spawn over towards screens now. Out goes the Haunt, in goes a flash. The flash drive's not doing anything. Curry and Bjor will
just walls to wall your opponents out. I don't think you get the job done. I don't think you do. Go on.
Yep.
Pressuring up towards the garden to start things off, though the Seize quickly stops them. Can't go any further. Phoenix might just
that's a great cascade.
curveball, and it was a good cascade, but it doesn't push them away. It just kind of lets them push through it instead. Corey is the one to find the opener. Curry through the smoke in the chaos, though, finds the trade. Bure as well finds 7, pressuring up towards A long. It's going to be a retake in one. It's favored in terms of numbers for No Future Life is Over, but 3 players are quite low. Guiding Light and combined fire from multiple angles nearly does Nature, and he's lucky to be alive here. This flanking garden could be instrumental. It could be the undoing of this retake. Corey finds Curry.
1 enemy remaining.
And rotates around as well. Nature finds 2. It's now Ren's left to clutch. He's found the first, but he needs 2 more. Gaman just dancing on the side delicately. Doesn't want to overextend. He's on full HP. This is super difficult now for Ren's. Walking in, he will get the first. Corey, though, playing far and away, has a very solid positioning. Ren's is just going to happen and come off. Corey, though, with the frenzy, able to put bullets.
Is a very bizarre map in terms of what the agents are like now. We'll see how things are going, though. Riku's in a good little bait and switch spot with Ren's, although 7 will clear it out nicely. So Riku's idea of Stinger Heaven will end up being Purgatory at best. Opening pick goes the way of TSM. Rotation back to B, although it's a round that No Future Life is Over, shouldn't necessarily have a chance to win. It hasn't stopped them on rounds prior, going back to Icebox. Maybe they find a way back in, pick up a Vandal, pick up a rifle, pick up something, even a Bulldog. Curveball was prepped. Now Corey gets ready to toss that in. Curry spazzed out there. Either he got blinded again or...
Turned back too quickly. He got full blinded.
Yeah.
And the curveballs have had tremendous effect thus far for Phoenix. For Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, the going has not gotten tough. It's been half buy after half buy for No Future Life is Over. They've not gotten the rifles out proper. Hot hands thrown in. Forces Bure further back. The Stinger. Will it sting forward? Pressed in? Yes, it will. Timing's everything, and it's not in his favor. Nature beheads Bure. With a nick of time, just 12 seconds remaining to get that spike plant down. Mocking. Again, going to try to go for a timing. That recon bolts. He will find one with it, but Nature again beheads the player, pressing the smoke. Dark cover now in the face of Ren's, and I think it's more of the same. This time they have 2 players posted on the angle. They know what's coming. The question is, will Ren's be gifted an opportunity or a nice quick shot? No. 7 takes him down to the wall.
And there's a cascade to try and flush anybody out of B main. 7 forced all the way out of the entrance. Instead, though, 7's just a lurk, so doesn't really matter in the end. The main pressure coming over towards A. It's a push from Mocking and Bure, but Nature and Guamon will deal with that very nicely. Nobody really here left to hold on for No Future Life is Over. And they're getting rolled over by TSM now on map number 2. The run it back expires, and the spike will be going down pretty quickly. That's a lot of information gained, though, by that Phoenix ultimate. And Guamon could get caught, does get caught by Curry, but that smoke still blooms nonetheless. Curry outside, drops Nature too. 3v3 now, Nightfall activated. 7 coming in. Riku could get caught in the backstab. In the meantime, though, Curry with another. 7 has found the backstab. Lockdown initiated as well. Nothing to stop it available either. What do they try and do? They can get out into one, and that's what they're going to do. Spike has not actually been planted. Oh my gosh, Ren's is still hanging around, and he gets blindsided by 7. The lockdown will not catch anybody, but now Curry has to ace this one out. Has got the ace! It's a clutch! It's an ace! It's a Zenny ace and a Setex. I think so.
At the start of round number 6, this is unreal from Curry. I'm not sure what's changed, but an absolutely unreal performance from him.
Yeah, 13 kills right now. Just over a 2.0 KD, or 2.0 KPR. Oh, that's an unfortunate there for 7. Doesn't clear the angle. There's a 14th for Curry. And a 4v2 in the favor of No Future Life is Over. Tracked as well.
I'll find you.
Running it in towards the B site.
Go wherever he isn't is the call.
Yes, I agree with that call. I think that's the most intelligent call that could be made here. Riku, though, going to try and shut this down. Gets the run in, sprays for 1, gets the first, but Bure and Curry have to clutch this one up. The thing is, right now, for No Future Life is Over, they have not been able to win clean rounds, and that is an issue. They need to be able to win clean rounds here, and they have failed to do so. Curry's gone. Does Hayes have the clutch?
You are divided.
Cosmic Divide, big up. right around.
Snake
wall.
bite.
Toxins going up.
This is gonna be awkward. He's walking into it. He sees him. He sprays through it. There we go. It's an awkward duel, but Bjorn does get it across.
At the same time, and No Future Life is Over seemed to not really commit to anything at all. Hunter's Fury going through to try and stave off a plant. Gets, I believe, a tag, and that's about it. Messy engagement. That's Riku to finish off 7. That's a gun down. Mocking drops Nature, but Curry has fallen. He has been the hero. Spike is ticking away. Is that the Reckoning? I believe that is the Reckoning unleashed here. Bjorn will finish off Guimon in the meantime. Hazed will do a good amount of damage. Has to do it all alone, though. Mocking whips the Vandal, swings out wide, rings the bell, and No Future Life is over.
Calling my bot.
Mocking might be the first point of contact here. Could also be the Viper over in Wine. Bior will win that fight early. Mocking, your door's open, buddy. You have no mid control. Gotta be aware of that. Trying to help out Bior, I guess, but at the same time, he doesn't see anything at all. Bior will let the Viper's pit rip and have at least a bit of a foothold in towards that A site, as the spike will not be planted anywhere near that Viper's pit. Bior will be that snake in the grass, or I guess I should say snake in the pit, but Curry goes 1 for 1 into a 3v3. 7 strikes under Riku. Corey rather, goes forward for more. It's all left to Bior. Buys, like, this one's a half buy again. Couple of rifles, nothing really too full committed. Bior and Mocking, though, will finish off both. The run it back was activated. Now, Nature will get 2. 1 with the orbital, 1 with the gun. But in comes a high tide to wall them off of the side. Nature will not be deterred, though. He'll go right through. 7 coming in, being the trailer. Caboose of this train. Smoke to ward off the market wall, or the garden wall. Curry. Prepping the C's. Gets that out. Riku does have a cove available. Lets that one forward in front of the door. Goes through it.
Last player standing.
Run down by Nature, though. This is 4th of the round, and Ren's last one standing, Sheriff in hand. Nature with a Zenny ace. That's our 2nd ace of the game. Everybody goes into an angle, and they just get shut down. Bit of a problem. Riku goes forward. He's the first one to fall. Nature's there for Ren's, and this B main control has also not really worked out. Nightfall activated, but it does nothing at all as Curry destroyed by 7. Mocking comes through, 1 on the Hazed. But it's small in terms of the overall course of the round. Only 1 kill compared to 3.
Spike planted.
Spike going down on the B side. Going to be a very hard clear for No Future Life is Over, as TSM have just bullied them out of the B main. Bullied them across the entirety of this map, really. The only rounds that No Future Life is Over have to speak of are pretty much Curry hero rounds. And assorted 1 or 2 rounds that aren't just the Curry show. 7 with his 3rd on the round. Hot hands out as Bior, the last one standing. Should be not too long for this world. I like this little one-way angle for Corey. Goes forward, though, actually ends up being betrayed by it. Bior with 2. Time. There's time for him. Gets the 3rd kill. Bior has 7 in the chamber. He's got 7 in the mag. Has to spray, swaps the gun, taps it, holds it, spots out. 7, and there it is.
time.
Does he have time?
No, I don't think so. 2 seconds. Sure.
Nature's been spotted. Curry saw the elbow. 7's gonna aggress, though, and actually win that fight against Curry. Curry, 1 kill since round 7. Needs to wake up here very quickly. In goes 7 for 2 more! Ren's with the trade and actually doubling down as Mocking gets the spike on the ground. Ren's low on health, though. Won't be able to get regrowth either. I don't even know if they have that available. Hazed has to be careful not to get caught by Mocking. He'll reveal his own position by those taps. Hot hands to flush Mocking up. There goes Ren's for a 3rd kill. Ren's trying to channel his inner Curry. Mocking low on health as well. 14 and 24 HP on the Sova and the Sky. Oh, he spots out Guimon just before the smoke blooms. And now Corey trying to hold. It's Mocking with 2. And No Future Life is Over. Win their first pistol round. Odin either. So can't go for, say, the recon bolt and then spam that thing down range. Nature. Revealed in market. Cascades through as well the gravity well. Buying time. Mocking flying through, but Nature still deals with the first. Riku runs him down in the meantime, though. And dashes away. Stays alive. Might even get a gun upgrade out of that, too. 7 still holding the line. Peeks out wide. Nobody's in his nano swarm, but they've all gone around. Catches off Riku though in
Down
market.
mid.
Takes 1 point of damage, I believe, by his own Nano Swarm. Renz has Haze on the plate, but Corey's come through to try and save the day. Bjorn stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to stay alive. Curry fighting his way out of this as well.
One enemy remaining.
Corey has the backstab onto Curry. Bjorn gets Kappa, the Odin. And TSM will shut down the boat. Very, almost painful to watch how they've just put themselves behind the 8 ball economically in multiple situations where if they would have just played a little more conservatively, they would have had a much better chance to win in the long term. It's a marathon, not a sprint here, but Mocking and Riku get a gift as 2 players push in aggressively from TSM. They give No Future Life is Over what exactly they're looking for, those early fights. Riku dropped by Corey, but Curry strikes back and return onto Nature. A Hawk out towards 7, as 7 and Corey are the last 2 alive. Mocking in towards Hell, staying alive. Hot Hands will not clear him out either. And TSM need to contemplate saving here. They don't have the most money built up. Would be a good idea. They're unable to get to 11 rounds. Corey, though, thinks better of it. Walking through, might just go in. Lockdown initiated by 7. They're going to try this. They're going to go for the retake here. Corey's going to get caught. Doesn't even clear the angle. Thinks everyone would abandon. That's a good idea by Mocking, though, just to stay on site in case somebody tries to really push. Curry's got the last on the 7. Knows he has to go.
Space being taken. Very well read by Curry, but also worrying for TSM. Riku now spamming away, drops
either.
Corey. Yeah, it's not the first time. They take so much space so readily. No Future Life is Over, and TSM need to shore up these defenses quickly if they don't want their own map pick to fall by the wayside.
It is their own map pick, and bowing out in the round of 16 would be a massive disappointment for a team like TSM. So definitely need to wake up here, or they will be smelling the roses. Riku with a second on the Odin, he's picked up. In goes the Cascade. Mocking rings the Bell of Nature. And now the spike's going to go down on what's now an open B site. Guamon and Haze going in on the retake. Ren's just in front of the door.
Spike planted.
Doesn't have to worry about anything just yet. There's a cove used. Just using it as a basic smoke. Which, it does make sense. Ren's will catch Haze as that cove expires, and inspiring confidence right now. I'll just say that. Yeah, they had some good moments, but it was more, I feel, No Future Life is Over shooting themselves in their own feet, rather than TSM doing something impressive. There's Curry to get him as they try and push into B main. No real abilities to go with that. Yeah, they had a bit of a flash, but didn't really do anything at all. Nature, there's a nice one onto Renz. Still alive as he grabs a second kill for his trouble. Spike will go down on B momentarily. Last 2 players moving in through defender spawn. Wimon going through, gets decayed in the Viper Orb, very low on health. Hazed, almost dead at 11 HP as it stands. The Cascade there, or rather the High Tide, still walling him off. And it's just a matter of time before this round ends in the favor of No Future Life is Over. Bjorn, not even going to be called about for the first, but the second will be his.
And TSM also, their over-eagerness is hindering them. They heard the owl drone and immediately went for that pop play in towards B main in the round prior. That was their undoing. So it really cemented the round in favor of No Future Life is Over. Now this round is a quick one. I can respect the call from No Future Life is Over to go for a quick play, but it doesn't work out in this case, at least not yet. 2 versus 4. 1 player lurking in the middle, 1 player locked in B main. Haze drops Bjorn. Just Renz now. He does recover the spike in the dark cover, but he won't be good for much more. No, Gamon taps him through it.
Find a way to get an opening.
Slowing things down. That's what the strong point is, though. Come on. Exploiting the extremities, though. Catching out Mocking. Curry trying to be the difference maker once again. Finds one. Ren's a good second as well. Curveball from Corey doesn't net a trade either. We are at even footing. The 2/3 of the No Future Life is Over roster are quite low. Re-exec off of the catwalk in towards Garden. Nice shot from Renz. Curry up middle, drops 7, and it's just Nature now in heaven. The incendiary betrays his positioning, and Riku with the Odin shuts him down. No Future Life is Over
for TSM, and they'll swap to smokes now. No Future Life is Over have TSM barking at shadows.
An ult for an ult.
Wow.
Life for a life. Renz drops Hazed. Nature drops Curry. The orbital strike does strike true.
30 seconds left.
Lots of information though as Take does come in. Ren's up close, caught by the frenzy. 7 as well with the Odin drops too. Mocking. He did find one before falling, but that leaves just Bjor in the 1v3. Activated the ultimate, if I'm not mistaken, but he has so much to do. He found the first. The players have moved in the back lines in the meanwhile, and
10 seconds
does not
left.
last long. Paranoia so good onto Bjor. He's at 14 HP. No dog in this race. No horse in this race, I should say. And Corey
Have started to pump the brakes on a lot of their aggressive takes. It's been going a little bit better for them. Still, the individual prowess of No Future Life is Over has definitely got under their skin. Corey, that's a big entry onto Curry, though. The man from the top of the scoreboard goes into tiles. Hayes and Guimon with 2 more kills. 2 players left standing for No Future Life is Over. Do we see Haven? Do we see a third here? TSM make a strong case, looking to finish the argument, and they do. An eBay flawless to close out the map. That is the 3rd map in a row we've seen.
or is it?
Although Riku might actually get lucky here. Just chilling out on C. He's gonna run into him and gets the dink, not the kill onto Hayes, the ghost. Will win the duel. Nature and Corey with a couple of kills in return as well with the sheriffs in hand. Corey tail wins back and stays alive. Bjor might get caught out by Nature going around the corner. Low on health, the right click will not avail him. Apparently 7's the only right click master in this server. Mocking with the next.
The benefit of the doubt. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, the going's even worse than before, even more dour than before. 1 player falling. Now it's a race onto the A site. Ren's with the sheriff's caught looking. Nature finds the headshot. Plant forthcoming as well. The flashpoint won't blind 7. That's another easy kill onto Mocking. And it's No Future Life is over being slowly parsed apart. Marshall in towards Heaven finds nothing. You're on the stinger.
They are quite prominent with that they do a good job with. But Renz does the spamming, and there's 2 and a double on the paint shell for Curry. That's a spicy dish he's cooking up. Will get dropped by Hayes, but Renz right there for the...
No Future Life is over. Rest of TSM still set on going over towards A. 2 in sewer, 2 towards long, and Hayes on the stinger stings for 1. The bait and switch as 7 pushes in at the perfect time to find the second, and there we go. That's the impact we were expecting to see from the stingers. 3 versus 4, and the attacker killjoy to add insult to injury. Bjork finds 1, Corey finds a trade. This is looking incredibly difficult now for the remaining 2 members of No Future Life is Over.
Even more so knowing that Riku's on an op. Really does put a damper on what they're able to do in terms of a retake.
He gets a kill, he gets a res.
True. But the multi-kill situation's not really there for him. Breaks the trip, looking for an opening. There's a gravity, well that should just completely torpedo this whole take. Bjor will get shut down as well. And TSM with the stingers.
And a sewers, forcing that player to turn around and catching them at the perfect time. Stingers do have their place in these half buys. Nice start though. Again for the attack of TSM. Hazed, dismantling the op you mentioned before. It went down towards sewers. That was Curry, the heavy hitter of map number 2, taken down. And TSM finally beginning to stabilize, finally beginning to show us what they can truly look like as a squad.
Another nice little bait and switch there, mocking the victim this time. Bjor trying to island this one out. Gets 2 on the Vandal, but he cannot do any more. Hayes gets that spike down over on the C side. The rotation's probably not going to come forward from No Future Life is Over. As they, oh, never mind, they have the res, so they probably will go for this in the 3v3. Cosmic Divide is up. That will make this retake a little more difficult, but do they have any flashes on the breach? I think that's the big point. They might also have an aftershock and definitely clear out an angle. Nebula goes in behind that to Nightfall to go into the site, initiate this whole takedown. 1 player marked. Guimon makes noise, but Nature has the shot with the op. Guimon with a headshot on the Renz, just peeking around. And that sends Mocking packing, and it almost seems to be timeout time for me, Nate, but Curry wins the Oppers duel. And that's the start that No Future Life is Over needed. They needed something to go right. They needed that opening pick. They finally found it. Bjor spam does a little bit of chip damage, and actually, Ace is quite low on health. He's over towards C long. Garage control taken though, and 7 goes 1 for none as Riku will get the kill out towards C long instead. 7 in the gravity well, caught by the Sage. Riku with 3. Corey on the op will now upgrade to the man.
Looks like Curry's considering it though. Killjoy Lock down all but signals exactly what's going to happen. Nature now in a nice off angle. Should find it, but no! Curry finds it, throws the paint shell in response, and now he's a safe harbor in the corner. He's going to stick around in it. The Nova Pulse might find it, but meanwhile, Bjor has rotated around up towards heaven. Sight has fallen short.
Bot coming back.
TSM still have a lot to do if they want to win this one. Spike rotating over. Neural Theft will spot the defenders, and now they need to be careful. Fault line will force Hazed off the plant. Bjor jumping out, takes the fight to them. He finds one. It's trays back and forth, but TSM are advantaged. 7 finds 2 to break the trays, and now the plant can go down uncontested. Mocking coming in from spawn has 2 to unseat, and it seems like too tall a task. Trying to pre-fire, hoping to find something gifted to him. Nothing is given towards the defender. Cross is spotted by the turret though, and that is the information given. An awkward dance, but a dance that he cannot lead. It's 7 instead to find the hat trick, to find the 10th round.
Should 7 peak.
Pretty falling out though. Sage is here instead. She's gonna wall up in the nick of time as well. The wall's immediately destroyed. Nature and 7 find a pair of kills. Curry and Riku. Curry, one of the heavy hitters as we mentioned, taken down. That's a big one to find. Corey a third before Mocking and Ren's answer back. But can this Guardian do it? That's the question. 2 for him. Nature finding a third for himself across the map. And Corey finally ending Ren's race.
Speaking of which, he's at 2 and 10, which might be a bit of an issue for No Future Life is Over, who now are on the attack, but Curry, who needs to be strong for this squad, has opened things up. Guimon with the Frenzy, coming up close, has the Nebula and a Gravity Well to try and stop them pushing in. Ren's around that Nebula will actually not have to do too much, as it's, never mind, Ren's finally does get 1, but Guimon with 2 and 7 with another. They brought it to a 2v1. No Future Life is Over have found a way to scrap to an advantage. As little as it is, and they might actually fight this instead of getting the spike down. They've lost the first, they've lost the second.
You forget, I always
An all in play. Yeah, 4 players can vie for the next round, but one of them will be significantly hindered. Nice opening kill from 7. Corey strikes as well. Bjor only able to get 1 on the Stinger. Flash is coming through, gaining space. Mocking with 1, but Mocking with 2 now. Maybe there's enough. Doubles his kills in this round. Wall goes up, plant will go down. They learned from their previous mistakes 2 rounds ago.
Spike planted.
Are they grouping up heaven? This is an audacious call. Coming together from this tight of a choke point. Spike game. We'll at least get some information, I'm certain of it. Running by Haze eventually, there we go. Thrown in, it's a bit of a fake just to draw the players out. Haze finds that, Mocking finds the trade though. He has to be the hero. He has to triple his kills in this round if he wants to win it, and he does! Mocking from 2 to 6. He keeps his team. No Future Life is Over is leaning heavily over towards Seed. In fact, they're just running down. Utility forward, using the chaos, trying to thrive amongst it, but Haze on the back of side is still sticking around. He might find at least 1 here. He does. He drops the player with the barrier orb. That's Riku. 7 finds a second through the chaos towards Curry. Mocking does at long last find 1 for his squad, but still a hefty advantage for TSM, especially with Guimon on the back of sight. He'll find 1 before falling. 7 as well drops 1 before being traded, and that leaves Bjor, the heavy hitter for the attacking team, in the 1v2. And can he isolate a duel here? That's the question. Dart covered for the cross. He has to get the spike, he has to plant it, or he has to take the duel to his opponents.
He has a lot of time to work with. He can try and sow dissent, sow questions, and figure out, hey, is he A, is he B? Has he gone somewhere else? Is he on the back lines? Has he gone to C long? There's a lot of different plays Bjor can make from this time in this situation, but he's shut down by Corey up on logs. And it almost looks like that Sight, Nate, and Haze has the tag on the 1. There's 3 players in the vicinity, and 7 with the first from Garage is absolutely critical, but in comes Bjor to stymie everything. Mocking brought back from the resurrection. Showstopper will go forward, does it find Haze? Oh, it's blocking the vision of Curry! That's unlucky.
Beyond unlucky, the player now in towards Garage is only good for when he's spotted by the Neural Theft. And we're back to even footing once again. Somehow TSM are making this look possible, making it look feasible. The Haunt is a little bit of information, sure, but not much. The Stinger Freakout to come in big. It'll find 1, Ren's a second, and it looks like No Future Life is Over might just survive. Nature all the way back finds 1, not hit by the fault line. What time as it is, he might just be behooved to save instead, and that looks like it is going to be the case. The operator will stay in his hands.
But back to A, they'll try and go. Nature behind that dark cover, ready to let this rip. Ready to let the op sing its deadly tune. Beautiful shot onto Curry. The opening pick goes the way of TSM.
Off your feet!
In comes the Rolling Thunder, though, to initiate this side take. Mocking charging forward with the Guardian. Rens with the entry. The Blade Storm comes up empty-handed. Mocking Bior with 2 kills. Bior doubles down on Nature, all down to Guimon. 1 on the Stinger, but they will not fight. They put up the wall. They prepare to hold this lead, hold this spike, and try and grab their 7.
Come on.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a difficult 1 versus 2. 2 slow orbs now in addition to that barrier orb. He must be running out of rounds at this point. Still gonna stick around. No reason to save the Stinger. Down a star. Nebula gives him a little bit of room to work with, perhaps. It's just the fake. No peek out, clearing the close corner, but he's caught from the other direction. Gomon falls by Riku's hands.
Corey all the way into window. Has a good angle. There is a good amount of information there from the Cypher cam of Hazed. Cage is open as well. 7 in tow, and Curry trying to go up top, gets caught by the Stinger. Hayes is very low. Mocking finishes off the Killjoy. Hayes is known and removed, but Corey has 1 on the flank. That's a gun upgrade. 3v3 and a chance again for TSM as they have found a little bit more to fight with a couple of Vandals. Wall will go up to keep them at bay towards A long. 1 coming in defender spawn as well as that spike goes down. Wall has been removed. Safe plant, but not really something they're going to be able to stop a defuse from. It's going to have to be a brawl. TSM either gets the kills or they don't get the round. They could also save, which Corey and GMD are starting to back away, but they look to be going in towards sewers instead. Could put a lot of pressure on Mocking in this position. He's got a lot of work to do.
Doesn't answer the call. Corey finds that, and the last 2 players now stuck underneath Heaven. Going to be difficult. Riku finds 1. Drop comes in. Nature falls. Gumon finds Ren's short, but now it's the operator staying alive, and with the shorty up close and personal, this could be an awkward and dangerous duel. Gumon swings in. It doesn't matter. It's Riku on the shorty and the operator in itself. Spending time a little bit more than that. That's a huge Nano Swarm lineup, and it forces them to get detained. 3 players detained. 7 finds the kill with the Nano Swarm, and the defuser's being stuck out right. This is a lackluster end. It's TSM 13-9.